located in the heart of the West's capital city of business and finance. This is headquarters for one of the biggest marketing success stories in American corporate history.
Good morning, Herbalife Distributor Relations. Phil Perrin may help you.
Herbalife International, a dream come true company that connects a network of distributors worldwide to account for sales of $488 million during 1984. Telephone communications, even computers, have been pushed to experimental limits to keep pace with Herbalife, a company of tomorrow that had its beginnings just a few yesterdays ago. The building was a converted wig factory. It became Herbalife headquarters in February 1980. And to 23-year-old Mark Hughes, the only impressive thing about this place was the address, Beverly Hills.
Beverly Hills is a prestigious area. It's one of the nicest areas in the whole wide world as far as I'm concerned. About 99% of it. The other 1% is where my little office was.
For the first 7 months, there were 4 employees, and one of them was Olga Aponi.
Little did I know when I first got started that I would be doing, I would be a secretary, an order clerk, a complaint department. It was a lot of fun because it was a very small office. And then Mark had leased the building next to us for business opportunity meetings, and Mark would give the meetings himself at 7:45 p.m. every Tuesday and Thursday night to get people interested in the business, get people interested in Herbalife. But one thing that I really admired about Mark is his persistence and consistency and dedication to what his goal was.
The goals of Herbalife have always revolved around the personal drive of Mark Hughes. The Herbalife story is his story.
Let's make Herbalife #1! Woo!
My father left before I was born, so I really didn't have much of a father. I was basically brought up by my grandparents.
Although raised by grandparents, Mark did see his real mother destroyed by her struggle with weight problems and her use of dangerous diet prescription drugs.
I can remember seeing her in the hospital and having a lot of things happen to her from drugs and what drugs can do to you. When I was 18 years old, she finally died from a drug overdose. At that time, I got very, very serious about nutrition, what nutrition would do for you.
Searching for a safe and effective nutritional program, Mark Hughes developed a unique herbal-based product line.
My first customer was my granny. I stuck the can over in her face and I said, listen, Granny, you're fat. You need this stuff.
Motivated by his mother's memory and with the confidence in a quality product line, Mark developed a simple 3-phase method for getting people to try Herbalife.
Number 1, you use our products. Number 2, you wear the button. And number 3, you talk to people.
Use the product, wear the button, talk to people. Now Mark's dream has made dreams come true for others all over the world.
I've lost over 90 pounds from a 48-inch waist to a 34-inch waist. I love it.
It doesn't matter where you are right now. It doesn't matter how fat you are, how broke you are, or what your situation is. The important thing is where you can be.
I weighed 434 pounds, and I got on these products. It was the 36th program I'd tried in my life, and I really didn't expect it to work. But one thing I did was dedicate myself to these products, and I stayed on them. And to date, I've lost 213 pounds.
This is a success story. From a location in a former wig factory to a world headquarters in 5 years. From the frustration of not being able to do anything to the thrill of helping anyone who will listen.
Things that will happen to this company are going to be unbelievable. And with these products and you people, we are going to be able to make this a better world for people to live in and take care of themselves.
But Herbalife is not an overnight, easy rise to fame success story. However, in spite of its very unglamorous beginnings, the products were accepted, as sales totaled $23,000 by the end of the first month. Herbalife continued growing, and at the end of the first year, sales had reached an impressive $2 million. In 1981, the small storefront moved to a new warehouse and office in Culver City, and the Orange County warehouse was opened to meet the ever-increasing demand for Herbalife products. Sales for its second year jumped to $10 million. In 1982, the Calgary Distribution Center opened to answer the demand for Mark's products in Canada. The company was now Herbalife International.
I live in Toronto, and altogether I've lost 115 pounds.
Hello, I'm Fred Weston from Toronto, and I've lost over 42 pounds. If you're not on these products, get on them. They are absolutely fantastic.
And at home, sales activity skyrocketed, prompting the opening of a distribution center in Dallas, Texas. The headquarters took over more office space as well. There's no doubt Herbalife's message of good, sound, basic nutrition was being heard and acted upon. Sales for the third year reached a staggering $55 million. In 1983, Herbalife moved down under with the opening of a distribution center in Australia. It was the first venture overseas for Herbalife, and now the world was beginning to learn about Mark's new unique products and get results.
They're a dangerous breed, mate, so watch me wallabies feed.
Sales for Herbalife's fourth year more than doubled from the year before. The total, $140 million. In 1984, something happened that would open yet a bigger door for Herbalife. The company broadcast an opportunity meeting live by satellite. 33 cities in the U.S. and Canada watched as 9 Herbalife supervisors received bonus awards totaling $500,000. By all accounts, 1984 was a record breaker, as Herbalife closed its fiscal year with total sales, national and international, of $512 million.
But we also have an incredible opportunity in Herbalife. And the great thing about the opportunity, it doesn't care who you are. It doesn't make any difference what your background is. It doesn't make any difference what color of skin you got. It doesn't make any difference what religion you are. It doesn't make any difference what kind of place you are as far as how much money you're making. Herbalife will accept anybody who wants to talk good about Herbalife and go out into the marketplace. And all you have to do to really do the business is to use the products. That's the number one thing. Trust me, if you're here for the first night, you start using these products, and even if you don't have any weight to lose, you'll feel so good in the next 2 weeks, you won't even believe it. You want to be telling everybody about the stuff. And for those of you that have got to lose some weight, everybody that you know is going to want to start asking you about the products and want to get on it. How many of you know 10 or more people that want to lose weight? It's unbelievable, okay? And that's how the opportunity works. When you start out, you get a little distributor kit, okay, and it has your little paperwork in there. And the great thing about getting registered with the company is, unlike most businesses, if you were going to go out and start your own business, okay, where you had to put up $100,000 of capital and, you know, put big signs on a building or whatever it was going to have to do to advertise and all that kind of stuff, Herbalife does everything for you. We do the inventory, we keep involved in your accounting, we take care of your organization. I mean, all the things that are normally done with a business, you don't have to do. You get your distributor kit for here in America for $65, $70, and you got a business in a box that can make you a fortune. What an incredible idea. A business in a box that can make you a fortune, okay? Unbelievable. There's nothing else like it, okay? And you get started, and you can right away make 25% on the product, and that may not sound like a whole lot, but most of our people, when they get onto the product, you know, they start with $100 worth of product, so every time you get someone onto the product, you're putting $25 in your pocket. And then all you got to do to be a supervisor is to do $4,000 worth of business. You can do all that yourself by getting 40 people onto the product, or if you want to, you can get 10 people on the product, invite 3 other people onto the product, they get 10 people, okay? And that's automatically $4,000 worth of business. And how does it work? It works so quick and so simple, it's mind-boggling. So you can do it just as fast as you want to. The more people you talk to, more people you get on the products, faster it is, the more money that you make. Now, the great thing is, when you're at 50%, okay, you can get someone else in the business. Let's say this is you, okay? And when you invite someone else in the business, when they become a supervisor, okay? And the great thing is this supervisor can be in any one of the 33 countries that we do business all over the world, okay? And you get paid on them. You get 5% on what that person does forever. Forever. And then when this guy here, when they invite someone into the business, we call this your second line person. This is you right here. This is them. You get 5% on them forever, even though you didn't get them in the business. And then when this person gets someone in the business, you know, this guy could be from like California. And this person could be from like Mexico. And this person could be from like Spain, okay? And you get royalties on these guys forever, okay? And this is what we call your royalty override check, okay? And once that deal gets to $1,000, okay, you get a 2% bonus on everybody in their downline. Okay? No matter where it goes. Now that is incredible because the average person that's getting these $1,000 checks from Herbalife, they got a 2% bonus that's running a low of $500 up to $20,000 because it goes down on everybody. So watch how this works. All you, we call the people that are on these $1,000 checks, they're on our prestigious global expansion team. When this check right here gets to $4,000, okay, the company steps in and gives you a 4% check on everybody that goes down the line, okay? And what's awesome about this check here is that all of our millionaire team members on their bonus check, they're getting $4,000 over here, but the average person in Herbalife around the world at Millionaire Team is getting these bonus checks from $2,000 extra to $65,000 last month in bonus money, okay? That's how awesome it is. See how this works? It's just awesome, okay? Now watch this. When this royalty override check gets to $10,000 a month, then the company steps in and gives you 6% on everybody all the way down, no matter where it is, and all over the world in the 33 countries we're doing business.
Good evening. My name is Amartat Cohen, and I used to be a filmmaker making documentary films. It's a great profession, but you make no money at it. And I made a change when I had my fourth child. I mean, when my wife had the child. And I'm very, very proud of what the company has done for me and Mark and the products. Last month, I took my daughter, who's looking at colleges. We looked at Boston College. We looked at Yale. We looked at Williams College. And I looked at the amount of money that it costs to send a child to college. Mark, you should listen to this, but no problem. Everyone else should listen to it. It's $30,000 a year now to send a child to college in a good college in the United States. And I went back and I looked at the fund that I had put into the bank for my daughter with my Herbalife income, and there was $130,000 in her college fund already. So I said to her, don't even worry about scholarships. The company Herbalife has paid for your college. Last month I made over $56,000. Thank you, Mark.
Hi, my name is Blake Morgan from Vancouver, Canada. And I got started with Herbalife when I was 17 years old. The lifestyle this company has given me is incredible. Like Ben was saying about basically the cars you can drive with this thing, I went out and bought a new Lamborghini Diablo. And by the time I was, when I was 19, I got my income. My first 3 months, I made $19,000. By the time I was 21, I got my income to $100,000 a month. Just before I came here, I needed a beater because I can't drive a Diablo all the time, so I went out and bought a new 993 Porsche, and getting that delivered next month. I got kicked out of school, grade 9, so if I can do this, anybody can. Now I make over $1 million a year, and it's a simple business.
For those of you I haven't met, my name is Jerry Stanovich, and I'm very, very excited to be here this evening. Prior to getting involved with Herbalife, my background, I'm a grocery checker and a school teacher. Even working 2 jobs, I couldn't even afford, a home or a decent lifestyle. And when I met Herbalife for the very first time, which was 17 years ago, I met Mark Hughes, and he told me things that nobody ever told me before. And those of you who are here for the first time, I want you to listen real carefully. And he said, for things to change, I had to change. And for things to get better in my life, I had to get better in my life. And I had to learn skills that were going to become valuable to the marketplace. And what you learn in this business is pretty remarkable. If you wonder how we make so much money, it's real simple. When you help people, actually help save lives and help people increase their health, and they tell a lot of other people, at the same time with the economic climate that's going on worldwide, and give people career opportunities, there's an incredible amount of value to the marketplace. And Mark Hughes told me that if I wanted to earn a lot of money, I had to learn skills that were going to become valuable to the marketplace. And he told me how to become a rich person, I don't care what kind of background you have, all you have to do is learn the skills. And when you're educated in the area of your life, you can do well. So he told me if I come to a training like you're going to learn tomorrow, you're going to learn sponsoring, how to duplicate yourself through other people, how to get many, many people involved in the company, and that's how you get rich. It's a very simple concept. And what the beautiful thing about this business is you get trained all over the world. I have business all over the world, and I don't have to be there. I could be asleep here in America, and my business in Australia is making me money. Very, very smart way to work. And what I love about this business, I was always attracted to residual income. And a lot of the people you have met here tonight, maybe they only want to earn $20,000 a month. And that's a very nice lifestyle. And other people want a lifestyle of $1 million a year. And it doesn't matter, because the beautiful thing that Mark had shared with you earlier is you earn this money forever. I could retire right now and not do one more day of work and earn millions of dollars every single year. And I don't know where you can go today where a company will take you from wherever you are and share with you exactly how to do that. And at tomorrow's training, if you really listen to what I say and you really, really do it, you're going to be well on your way. You yourself, you've learned today that you can come back tomorrow and get trained by the leaders in the company, by Mark Hughes. You can learn how to make, probably $100,000 your first year in this business. If you really want to make it profitable, bring as many people as you can, because this doesn't happen, but, once in a lifetime. I don't believe it does. And I promise you what I'm saying is absolutely true. Duplicate yourself through other people and you'll get rich. Thank you.
If you're down here for the first time tonight, we hope you've had a great time. Thank you very much. May God bless everybody. All right, Herbalife. The biggest reason why I like retail is this. Everybody in the room is going to have an incredible story. Okay, an incredible story. But sometimes you get a person that has even a more amazing story than you do yourself. But what happened to my grandmother was simply amazing. And the things that happened to her health were absolutely amazing, okay? And when those things started to clear up for her, I said, oh my goodness, this Herbalife product is amazing, okay? And when you have someone that's the first customer that you have, that you get that loses 25 kilos and all kinds of different problems go away, and they are healthier than they've ever been in their entire life, and they come to you and say, thank you so much for giving me this Herbalife product. That's the day that you're going to know that this business is a lot more than just making money. It's truly a thing where you are helping people out. And that's the day when you are going to say, I'm proud to wear my button. I'm proud to go out and talk about the products. I'm proud about being an Herbalife distributor. Now, let me give you a concept, okay, about going out here and selling the products, all right? And there's habits that you need to do to get yourself going, okay? And the first problem when you get started is just getting started, okay? And that's the most difficult part. You know, when you go out that very first day and you've got your button on and you're trying it for that very first day, okay? Does everybody remember that? Okay, that first day, okay? And you were kind of excited, but you were scared to death. It was almost a little excitement mixed with enthusiasm and nausea. You know what I'm saying? You felt good about what you were doing, but you wanted to throw up at the same time, okay? You weren't quite certain, you know what I'm saying? And you've got that button on, and you're out there, and someone first gives you that first, how do you lose weight? And you're like, you know? Sweat starts going on the t-shirt, right? And it just seems like bleh, comes out of your mouth, right? Okay? See, you have to make that first step, okay? And the second time you do it, it's a little easier, okay? And the next time you do it, it's a little easier, okay? But I'm telling you, it takes you 40, 50, 60 times of going out here and getting people to make fun of your button and getting some yeses and getting some confidence and stuff like that, okay, to get over it, okay, to get over it. And you all got to get over it, okay, and your people all got to get over it, okay. I'm telling you, it's going to take you about 50 sales of going out there and getting no's and people that laugh and people that say, but then you get, and they give you the money and you get a little confidence and you get another customer and you get some more confidence, and that happens about 50 times, and pretty soon now you're very strong about what you're doing and you're confident about going out, okay? That's a very important process that you go through, okay? But after you go through it, then you're confident and you go out and do it a lot and you're not so nervous. So here's the thing, because you're all going to go through this, right? Okay? So you got a choice. If it's going to take you about these 50 customers of getting over pitching lots of people about the products, you can do this 50 people that you need to get and have it take a year and go through a pain of doing it in a year, or you can do it in the next 30 days. See, and then you'd have your confidence level up so that you can make money faster, okay? And the point I'm trying to make is sometimes people come to these meetings and we give you all the information and we give you all what to do, and then you go home and you think about do, and you think about do, and you think about this and you think about that, but you don't do. Learning this information is great, but it's useless unless you start putting it into action. Okay, and the more action you get, the more confident you get. The more people you get, the more excited you are. The more people that say yes, the more money you make. The more money you make, the more excited you get. You see? And you've got to go through that process to make a little bit of strength for yourself so that you can get excited finally about yourself, and you go. Okay? And it just makes sense to get it out of the way quick. Because everything that you do is quick is better and easier, and I'll explain that here in a few minutes. So if you want to get it out of the way quick, here's the way to do it. Talk to 10 people a day about the product. Not a big chore. 10 people a day that you sit down or on the street or however you do it at a party plan or whatever way you want to do it, but you talk to 10 whole people a day about the product. You give them the whole thing, which doesn't take very long. You guys saw me do the product presentation yesterday. Shakes twice a day, tablets 3 times a day, lose weight like crazy, story, 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 give me the money. It's not exactly a huge, difficult deal, okay? Now, let's say that we're gonna have you take time off, okay, because we don't want you working too hard, okay? And you're gonna take the weekends off, and you do this for 22 days a month. That's 220 people that you talk to during the month. Now, let me just ask you this. How many of you, if you make 5 presentations about the product, okay? You sit down with someone, or it's a group, however you do it, you make 5 presentations, how many of you get at least 1 customer out of 5 people? Okay, a little while for the translation. Okay, look around, everybody, okay? Everybody, all right? So this is good. So if you talk to 10 people a day, and you do this for 22 days, that means you're gonna have 50 customers on the product. Because all it's taking you is 1 out of 5 that you've got on the product. And many of you, how many of you get, if you sit them down and tell them the whole story about the product, how many of you get half the people to buy? Okay, a lot more. Okay, but I'm just giving you the bad result here. But we're talking 50 customers. Average sale is $100, even more in some of your areas. That means you're going to be making $2,500 a month or $30,000 a year by selling the product. That's exciting because that's something that anybody can do by just getting their distributor kit. I want you to think about this. How many businesses can you start, okay? I mean, if you were to just go out and start a little beauty salon, okay? Some little dinky beauty salon, how much would it cost? 20,000, 25 grand, could be 100 grand depending on the area and stuff like that, okay? Just a beauty salon we're talking about. Now they got to do all kinds of things. They got to have their sign up on the building. They've got to have some accountants to figure out what's going on. They probably hired a lawyer to get their contracts for their setup on their retail store. They got to keep inventory. They got to manage their employees. They got to write checks. They got to do all this stuff. And in most cases, write this down, 98% of most businesses go out of business within the first 1 or 2 years. So now we've got this woman that opened up this great little beauty salon, has invested all this money, okay, and the chances of going broke is very high, and she's got to do all these things, and all we're saying is you get a distributor kit, okay, for $100 lousy, which has got $100 of the stuff that you can use, and we're only going to tell you to talk to 10 people a day, and you make $30,000 a year. What a business! That's unbelievable. See, I'm telling you this because I want you to realize how lucky we are, okay? This is unbelievable. This doesn't happen in normal businesses. That's what's so amazing about the Herbalife business. If anybody tells you no, okay, when you're out here, especially when you're new, a lot of times you take that personally, like you bad person kind of thing. Just because they say no doesn't mean no, okay? They want to do it, okay? They want to do it. They just don't have the ambition and the desire to try it one more time, okay? And that's what the deal is and stuff like that, you know? So they want to do it, okay? And that's why sometimes your inspiration of someone like yourself doing it, like Jim said in the beginning here, as opposed to putting this onto a store shelf, is very, very important, okay? Because on the store shelf, no one is going to be able to be there to back the person up, especially not to not only instruct them on how to get onto the product, but more importantly, when they fall off track, and this happens to a number of people when they're trying to diet or so on. When they ask you about the product, your initial reaction is very important. So they say, hey, how do you lose weight? And you say, God, you're not even going to believe it. It's this incredible product called Herbalife. It's so amazing. I got on the product and lost 16 pounds, and all I had to do that is, because it's all this nutrition stuff that's in there, is I drank these 2 shakes a day that are jam-packed full of proteins and everything, and took these tablets 3 times a day, which have got the herbs and all the minerals and all the things that make you feel hungry, and you lose weight like crazy. And the greatest thing is, you can eat anything that you want to. All you got to do is you cut back. And when you lose weight, it takes away your appetite. It gives you all the nutrition so you feel great. And it comes in 3 incredible flavors: chocolate, vanilla, strawberry. Which one would you like to drink? Give me the check. Now, who could do that? Everybody. Here's what your customers want. They want you to believe that they're going to lose weight even more than they believe in it themselves. They want your excitement. They want your enthusiasm. They want to see what's in your eyes, what's in your heart. Okay, and I'm telling you something. If you'll just dig down deep and feel what it's like to be the customer, okay, Because most of the customers, if they say no to you, they don't want to try this. Let me tell you something. They don't mean no. They just mean that I don't want to try on another weight loss program one more time. It has nothing to do with you. It's got nothing to do with the lacking in your dress or where your check's at this moment or where your business is at this moment. It just means that there's a lot of people out there that can't get the guts up one more time. That's why if we can feel down in the pit of our stomach how it is for them to be as an individual, we can talk to them, okay? And they feel what we say in our heart, and they feel what we say in our eyes, and they start to believe in how it comes out. Not what you say, how you feel about what you say is what's important. And they get on the product, and finally they're losing weight, and someone who's very negative is very happy, and pretty soon the husband's on the product, and he's losing weight, and they're doing great together. And when they walk down every single day for the Sunday stroll, every single neighbor sees that they're looking good and feeling good, and everybody says, my goodness, the clouds are doing much better as people and stuff like that. And then they hear about the Herbalife opportunity, and they invite them down to the Tuesday night's meeting, and pretty soon they're on the world team, and pretty soon they do their 10,000 3 months in a row, and they're at the home office, and they're becoming Get Team members.
Many times, it's not what you say about the products that's important. It's how you feel about what you say about these products that are important. And that's why we want you to use them first. Because when you use them, you get the confidence to look at people's eyes, and what comes out from your stomach and your heart comes out in your mouth, and people feel what you say.
And while you're following up, what you want to do, okay, if you're real smart, is you'll say, same stuff Shelly took you guys through, when are you going to rinse? Does anybody in your family use shampoo and rinse? Does anybody in your house use moisturizers? What kind of makeup do you use? Blah, 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 and you start upgrading them on the rest of the Herbalife product line, okay, and so that you get them those other products. Because one of the things that's really important is a lot of people, they stop with just the diet, okay? And guess what? They're gonna buy all these kind of products that you see sitting up on this table here from either you or somebody else, okay? And the difference of them buying them from you is a small difference. But if you do it, your distributors will do it. And when you have your whole organization starting to do it, it adds up to be the major $100,000 a year difference once you got a big group of distributors and stuff like that, because your people have a tendency to do what you do. How do you keep a customer motivated? Okay, I want to talk about how do you keep your customer motivated. You keep your customer motivated if you want to, when you're first getting your customer, you tell them your own testimonial. That's how you motivate them. You tell them your own testimonial. If you don't have a great testimonial, what's great about now as compared to when we started, because we had no stories, okay, and it was very difficult. All we talked about was the future and how it was going to